and welcome to the Fox 49 5 o'clock news. My name is Cece, and this is my co-host Grayson.
Good evening to you all. Our story today is about a new state standard being implemented into the high school curriculum.
Yes, it is being put in place as an intervention method and helps to reduce the infant mortality rate in Indiana.
Let's go live to Madison, who's at the State House right now learning more about this exciting change.
We have a big problem here in Indiana with infant mortality. Through our research, our team has found that one of the biggest indicators of infant mortality are the maternal levels of stress in education. To fight against this, we have created Early Start Prenatal Education, which is aimed to intervene at the high school level and teach students about the risk factors of infant mortality and proper prenatal care. More specific goals of the program include increasing student awareness to access of resources prior to and during pregnancy, to influence students' behaviors so that it coincides with methods of preventing infant mortality, and to deliver the intervention at the community level to support the growth of a stronger statewide health program. At the end of the 2-week program, students will have successfully learned about the proper prenatal nutrition, safe and unsafe prenatal behaviors, fetal development, safe infant sleeping positions, and more to lower the infant mortality rate of future generations. After combining government aid and outside support, plus revenue generated from the program, the total income of the prevention program comes to a total of $27,000. The total expense of the program amounts to just under $20,000, after calculating in expenses for supplies, equipment, specialists, and incentives. After these costs, the programs will have produced about $7,000 in total revenue.
Thank you, Madison. Seems like you learned a lot over there at the State House.
Now we go live to Taylor, who's a behavioral specialist for this program. Taylor, can you tell us a little bit more about the problem and behavioral issues to be addressed by this program?
Thanks, Grayson. So this new program will address maternal education and stress levels as behavioral factors of infant mortality. It has been proven that mothers who are non-college graduates have increased chances of having an infant with a low birth weight. It has also been proven that mothers who experience high levels of stress during the preconception period, which is defined as 6 months or less prior to conception, also have a higher chance of low birth weight. It is important to note that low birth weight is a major cause of infant mortality, especially in the state of Indiana. Program leaders say that it is essential for these behavioral factors to be addressed in sex education classes, as high schools give students the foundation to further their education and decrease the chances of stress caused by lack of resources and opportunities due to having a lower level of education.
Wow, sounds like some very exciting changes being made.
Now we hear from Deja, a world-renowned researcher on this topic. Deja, can you tell us a little more about why this modification is so important and what the outcomes will be?
Hello, thank you for inviting me today. So the reason why I'm here is I'm going to explain to you why this program is being implemented and what are some expected outcomes that we should be looking forward to with this Early Start program. So this program is being introduced with the common goal of lowering infant mortality in the state of Indiana. Implementing the program in high schools is a way that we make sure that we reach majority of the youth in Indiana. That way that they grow and be able to pass knowledge to future generations. So some expected outcomes for the Early Start program is that students will be able to gain immense knowledge about what infant mortality is and ways to prevent them. Another outcome would be that they would know how to demonstrate and to perform these behaviors, such as making sure that the crib has nothing in it, making sure to eat a healthy diet, making sure to keep your weight at a healthy level in order to have a good baby.
Wow, this sounds like such an exciting change that will put our state on the right track for reducing infant mortality. Thank you so much for your time, Deja.
Wow, I had no idea our state had such problems with infant mortality. I think this is a good step in the right direction as well.
Next, we will hear from a local parent who has faced the tragedy of infant mortality and hear their opinion about this statewide program.
This program is really good, especially for just for general knowledge, to know how to properly take care of a child, because being a first-time parent is stressful. You really don't know what to do. And if you don't have the right guidance, you don't know correct information, and you'll go based off the things you see and other things that you learn. And some of that information might not be right. So having them already teach students how to properly care for an infant is very important, because there's so many factors that come into helping a child survive all the way through their first year and beyond into their adult life. So I think this is a very great program, especially coming from somebody who has experienced the death of an infant. I think that this is important, and I would have really enjoyed to have a program such as this one when I was in high school.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
I cannot imagine facing a tragedy like that. The outcomes of this program will surely impact our state as a whole.
I agree. It is stated in the program's website that one short-term outcome is that in 1 year, 88% of high school students will understand the proper steps to prevent infant mortality before it has the chance to occur.
It is also stated that the long-term outcome is that in 10 years, the Indiana infant mortality rate will be reduced by 25% through education and awareness of this topic.
I'm excited to see the impact that this program will have on the community.
You heard it here first. Early Start prenatal education will be coming to a high school near you.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are your hosts, Cece and Grayson. Join us again tomorrow night for a story about a local Indiana University professor and her flourishing popcorn business.
Tune in tomorrow.